There's something strange about small towns. Everyone knows each other, every memory is amplified, and the past never really lets you go. I grew up in one of those towns, a place where your neighbors were more like extended family. Just down the street lived a sweet family, a hard-working dad, a kind-hearted mom, and two kids, a boy and a girl, both about 2 years younger than me. Let's call them Jake and Emily. Jake and Emily were close. Really close. But like most siblings, they had their fair share of rivalry. Their childhood was a constant tug-of-war of practical jokes. Toothpaste and Oreos, fake spiders and shoes, birthday cakes filled with mayonnaise, you name it. It was harmless at first. Laughs, maybe a few tears. But as they got older, the jokes took a darker turn, especially from Emily. High school. Prom night. The pinnacle of teen excitement. Jake had worked up the courage to ask his crush to prom, got a tux, cleaned up nice. He was actually feeling confident. But what he didn't know was that Emily, his own sister, had a surprise waiting for him. She thought it would be hilarious to add hair removal cream to his shampoo the day of the dance. Jake didn't notice until it was too late. By the time he stepped out of the shower, clumps of his hair were swirling down the drain like a horror movie. He tried to salvage it, desperately, but there was no hiding it. He had to shave his head. Imagine that. On the night that was supposed to be unforgettable for the right reasons, he walked into prom completely bald, the whispers and laughter trailing him like shadows. It broke him. And Emily? She laughed. Not just laughed, she told everyone. Turned it into a school-wide joke. I moved away a few months after that. But I stayed in touch with Jake through the years. College, career, settling down. He made a good life for himself. But even in those texts, I could feel the hurt still lingering. 9 years later, we got a wedding invitation from Emily. She was getting married in our old town. A huge wedding, funded by both families and the groom. It was the kind of event people dreamed about. Fairy tale dress, perfect venue, flowers, live music, and over 100 guests. My wife and I figured it was a good excuse for a weekend trip. My brother offered to watch our kids at our family's lake cabin, so we could enjoy a rare adult night out. We were excited to reconnect with old friends, see familiar faces, and witness a happy ending. We never expected what actually happened. The morning of the wedding, we were getting ready, my wife curling her hair, me adjusting my tie, when we got a text. It was from Emily and Jake's dad. Hey guys, just a heads up. The wedding's off, but the reception will still happen. Come enjoy the party. Wait, what? Canceled? The morning of? No explanation? We were confused but curious. We showed up to the venue, expecting tension, maybe a tearful family trying to make the best of things. What we walked into was a celebration. Champagne was flowing. People were laughing. And Jake. Jake was there, smiling wider than I'd ever seen him. The night before the wedding, Emily had done all the usual bride things. Spa treatments, rehearsal dinner, relaxing bath at her parents' house. And just like Jake, 9 years ago, she washed her hair. What she didn't know was that Jake had replaced her shampoo with the same hair removal cream she used on him all those years ago. By morning, her long, Pinterest-perfect bridal hair was falling out in handfuls. She freaked out, screamed, locked herself in her room, refused to be seen, refused to go through with the wedding. She'd been publicly humiliated, exactly as she had done to her brother all those years ago. There was no fight, no shouting match. Jake calmly told everyone what he did and why. She thought my pain was funny, but I've been waiting 9 years for the right moment. And I figured, what better day? People gasped. Some were shocked, but most nodded quietly. Her own parents, Upset, but not angry. They said they understood. They remembered the look on Jake's face that night, 9 years ago. And while they never condoned what he did, they also knew he never truly healed from what Emily had done. Karma, they said, has a weird way of keeping receipts. The bride was a no-show. But everything else went on as planned. Open bar, live band, delicious food. Friends reuniting. Laughter echoing off the walls. And Jake, he danced. He laughed. He toasted with everyone. You could see the weight lifting off his shoulders with every clink of a glass. It was like he'd finally taken back control of a story that haunted him for almost a decade. My wife and I, we had an incredible night. We caught up with old friends, shared stories, and toasted the coldest revenge we'd ever seen. One moment, she was a glowing bride-to-be. The next, she was a ghost in her own story, hiding from the world, humiliated and exposed. Jake didn't yell. He didn't lash out. He waited. Patiently. Quietly. Strategically. And in that one perfect moment, he made her feel exactly what he had felt, powerless, embarrassed, and alone. Some might say he went too far. But for Jake, it was the moment he finally looked his past in the eye and said, "We're even now." Revenge doesn't always come with fire and fury. Sometimes it's ice-cold, perfectly timed, and lands with surgical precision. Jake didn't just get even, he got closure. And in doing so, he reminded us all, never underestimate the quiet ones, because they're the ones planning. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What's the coldest revenge you've ever witnessed, or wished you could pull off? And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that prove karma isn't just real, it's patient.